wonder what type of a night this is going to be. The Beat Diggers went 99 yards in a minute 54. Here they go just 47 yards, less than half the distance, in 6 minutes and 47 seconds. Connor Weiser on the 11th play of the drive scored from 3 yards out. PAT was no good. Apparently the ball fell off the tee. It was mishandled by the holder, Eric Garcia. And that was the reason for the missed extra point, but the Beat Diggers do lead 21-7. And Jacob Becker with an excellent kickoff. And it's fielded at around the 13-yard line. And that looks like it's not Price running to his right. Across the 30 to the 35, tackled at the 37. That's the man off to the right with a return of 24 yards. And that might have been Pedro Alvarez. And we'll return to Tony Guzman with a tackle. And Valley will start at their own 36. And even though the Beat Diggers have a 2-touchdown lead, there's still some work to do for Brush.
That's for sure. And on that play, it seemed like the seam was opening up right here in front of the Valley bench and in front of the home crowd. And he was about 5 yards away from the edge of the field. And it looked like he was just going to open up and he was going to take off. And luckily, Guzman stepped in there and made that tackle.
Alvarez is one setback. They've got two, one flank to Dellenbach left as well. And there's some confusion, that is, on the Valley side. They're going to take a timeout. And we will keep it right here.
That's their first timeout of the half.
And, you get the victory tonight. And then the Beat Diggers are in a situation where they've got 4 of their last 5 games at home. I mean, this could be very advantageous for Brush.
Yeah, they need to, picking up a big win here tonight. You can tell they've got a lot of confidence going with their offense right now because they're running so many different plays. They don't seem, in the last couple of games, you saw them get almost one-dimensional. Like they lost their confidence. They didn't know what plays were really going to work. But right now, it seems like they're running a lot of things and running them well.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Valley at their own 36-yard line. Joe Rosenbrock has 1 touchdown tonight. And Connor Weiser, who has run extremely hard, has got 2. Valley's game on a 16-yard pass from Dellenbach to Drew Matsushima. Michael Hendrickson to Dellenbach's left, and Pedro Alvarez to his right. Dellenbach wants to throw off the shotgun, looking, setting up down the left sideline. The pass is incomplete. Off Matsushima's right hand at the 46-yard line, defended by Bruce Melendez and Shea Hansen. That was a long throw across the field, and it's 2nd and 10.
All the way from the right hash mark clear over to the Brush sideline as they were driving south. And that was a tough throw for Dellenbach to make, but he showed what kind of arm he has to be able to get it out there. He just led him a little bit too far.
Well, I think if Valley is to be successful in offense, they're going to have to prove that they're a 2-dimensional offense because right now it's all about the pass for the Vikings.
And, as cold as it's getting tonight, that's not a good thing, trying to hold on to that football and throw it when your hands are cold.
2nd down and 10 for the 36-yard line. Will they run the football here? Looked like there was movement. The handoff to Alvarez, cutting it back up to the middle. He's got nothing. He started left, came back up the middle, and Tyson Larrick made the hit. And he was also cleaned up over there by Kyle Lynch. 3rd down and 10.
The Valley's had 18 offensive plays total. 11 of those have been passing plays, but their total offense on the ground right now is only 2 yards.
Amazing. 3rd and 10. And Brush receives the second half kickoff. And with the Beat Diggers holding a 2-touchdown lead, there's only 2:38 to go in the opening half. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. The backs are split. Dellenbach awaits the snap, is back to throw. Pressure coming. The pass over the middle is incomplete. At the 45-yard line, it was well defended by Tyson Larrick. Justin Joseph was the intended receiver. And because the Beat Diggers aren't blitzing and they're essentially sending 7 back, they're defending the pass very well now.
Yeah, they sure are. And another thing that helps is Dellenbach's not throwing the ball quite as well as he did there.
And he's not following through. Yeah, he's not following through at all. Justin Joseph will punt. Standing at his own 24-yard line. Shea Hansen at the Beat Digger 32. And there was movement there, and there's a whistle. Looked like the Beat Diggers jumped. But there was movement by Valley as well. And now the Beat Diggers are going to have to be patient because it's offsides against Brush. It'll set up now a 4th and 5. And you got to tell your players here, don't even go for the block at this point because they could run out the first half clock if they got into a precarious situation offensively as the football is now placed at the 41. Awaiting the snap. There it is. Pressure's coming, and the ball is nearly blocked. Joseph gets it off towards the Valley sideline, and it's out of bounds. Oh, that is a horrendous. Oh, he's going to walk it up the line. It went out of bounds past the 40.
Out of bounds.
And let's see how far they walk this up at the 44-yard line. And that is only a punt of 16 yards, and that's because of the Beat Digger pressure coming from the right side.
Right, that was Tanner Morrow over there, and he just flew in there, and he had both hands up, and you could tell the ball just went right in between his arms, and just some tremendous pressure there by the Diggers. And when you have that kind of pressure, it's hard to get a good punt off.
1st and 10 for the Beat Diggers. They've got a shot to score here with all the timeouts remaining. Trips to the right. We haven't seen that tonight. 1st and 10 at their own 44. 2:19 to go. Brush leads 21-7. Garcia hands off right up the gut. Weiser breaks a tackle, but not a second. He's down at the 47.
Runs the ball up the middle for the Diggers.
The gain of 3.
4 yards.
And the Valley tackle over there was made by Michael Meisner. And even 2 minutes to go, and the clock runs in Gilchrist.
Yeah, 126 yards for Weiser as Brush came out with trips trying to get Valley to bite on that passing situation or the passing look. They didn't fall for it.
All trips again to the right on 2nd down and 7 for the Beat Digger 47. Weiser's the lone setback. Garcia pass out in the right flat, caught by Rosenbrock at the 50. Cuts it back to the outside. There's a flag down, and he's down at the 46-yard line. And that was thrown near the end of the play. It would be a pickup of 7 yards, but now let's see what the flag's all about. And it looks like it's going to go back against the Beat Diggers. It's holding against Brush.
It was downfield after Rosenbrock made the reception. He turned it upfield, started running with it, and luckily, you know, some of the other receivers are out there trying to make some blocks, but unfortunately they screwed up and got a hold of somebody.
Well, that's going to be a spot foul. And it's essentially back to the 43-yard line.
Holding on the Diggers, replayed it down. He's up 2nd and 11.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 11 for the Beat Diggers at their own 43-yard line. Clock runs, a minute and a half to go before the break. Garcia is going to roll to his left. He's got protection. Still running. He's it up the left side. That pass is caught by a diving Shea Hansen, but that's coming way back. The Beat Diggers were called for a hold well behind the line of scrimmage, and that wipes out a 24-yard gain and an incredible acrobatic catch by the Beat Digger junior Shea Hansen.
You betcha. It was a great catch, and it was a great throw, too, because Garcia was running to the left. That's a tough thing to do for a right-handed quarterback to run. When you're going full speed, running to the left side with the defender chasing you, and be able to turn your body and still have enough power to throw the ball a good 20 yards downfield.
Well, and there were 2 penalties, ineligible man downfield and holding against the Beat Diggers. And they are going to accept the holding penalty. And that amounts to a 14-yard penalty. But the clock will continue to run. It should run unless Valley calls a timeout. No, the Beat Diggers. Okay, I don't understand why Brush just called a timeout there, and I'm only saying that because I think Coach Dreich wants to go out there and get this offense together, so let me correct myself. But in the interest of where you look at the game situation, it would benefit the Beat Diggers from that standpoint, but I think Coach Dreich does not want a 3rd consecutive penalty to take place, and that's why he's calling the timeout. So it really has less to do, I think, with the game situation and more to do with these mistakes that he's not going to tolerate.
Yeah, you can tell he just was out there talking to his guys, and he said something to the white gap before he got to the huddle, but he just wanted to talk to the guys and get them to settle down and try to break this habit of these penalties at the inopportune time that's haunted them basically all season.
Well, Dave, the one thing is committing the penalties, but what penalties have we seen tonight that were necessary penalties? Were at the end of the play, or Rosenbrock has got a 1st down, there's holding. Back there, Garcia had already gotten out of that mess. I mean, he didn't need that block. Yeah. So a lot of these penalties are being committed unnecessarily. So, I mean, sometimes you do have to hold, and you can understand why, but not from what we've seen from the Beat Diggers this season.
You're right. Garcia was clear over here on the numbers on the sideline almost, and the penalty flag was thrown in the middle of the field.
2nd down and 24 for the Beat Diggers at their own 29-yard line. The mark to make is the Valley 46. Backs are split. Garcia back to throw. Heaving up the left sideline. Kukas is out there, and it's intercepted. At around the 50-yard line. It was underthrown. Boy, that's a big turnover as the pass was taken away by Hank Hanna, the 5'10", 150-pound junior. And with 1:14 to go, Valley has some life at the Beet Digger 49. Second turnover for Brush.
Yeah, the ball was underthrown a little bit, and Hannah just went up and he kind of wrestled the ball away from Kukas when Kukas went up to try to catch it.
This will change the game altogether if Valley can score. 1:14 to go at the Brush 49-yard line. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Dellenbach to throw towards the left sideline. A perfect pass. That is complete. Cutting back towards the inside is Quinn Klein. He's got a first down inside the 40 to the 35. It's a gain of 14 and a Valley first down before Bruce Melendez makes the play.
After he caught the football, he kind of ran like a little hook as he lost about 3 yards before he was able to turn it upfield again and pick up the first down.
And Valley does have 2 timeouts. Coach Wehrman looks up at the clock with 55 seconds to go after the 14-yard pickup. On 1st and 10 from the Beet Digger 35 in a shotgun. Dellenbach to throw out to his right, incomplete, underthrown, intended for James Price at the 32-yard line. And Shea Hansen had that very, very well defended.
Yeah, he was right there, and he had plenty good coverage, and it was kind of a short pass. I'm shocked that with Dellenbach's size and with the size of their receivers, that they didn't go downfield. Schmidt's about 6 feet 6 inches tall, and he's been matched up against Morrow all night. Morrow's only about 5'9" at best. Well, that's a mismatch size-wise.
Your American Family Insurance agent, located at 115 South Main Street in Fort Morgan, is the Stan T. Wolf Agency Incorporated. Second down and 10 for Valley at the Beet Digger 35. Beet Diggers lead 21-7. Rolling to his right is Dellenbach. Stopping, heaving it up the left sideline. That pass is going to be intercepted by Melendez. He did it again at the 6-yard line. Underthrown to Quinn Klein. And Melendez, playing like a center fielder, picks it off. He's got interceptions in each of his last 3 games and 2 tonight.
You betcha. And that was one of those things where he just had good coverage. He was running step for step with him, and he just turned around, and the ball was thrown short. He just turned around and made the catch and held on to it as he was thrown to the ground.
Why is it when Bruce intercepts a pass, it's always at around the 5 yard? That's his 3rd interception the last 2 weeks. That's at the 5 or inside the 5-yard line. And at this point, the Beet Diggers can run out the first half clock. They're going to take a knee here. Now, Valley, I believe, has got a couple of timeouts left. And Garcia takes a knee back at the 3-yard line. And I believe they'll have to run one more play with 27 seconds to go. That amounts to just a 2-yard loss. Got to be careful that you take the knee right there and don't backtrack too much into the end zone. And Garcia does it again. And Valley will not stop the clock. The Beet Diggers on homecoming night in Gilchrist have come up with 3 turnovers, and they lead Valley at the break 21-7. You're listening to 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.